Hi, this is Mrs. Rodriguez, your algebra teacher. This video is about chapter 9, lesson 2, all about solving quadratic equations by graphing. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, lesson 9-2, solving quadratic equations by graphing. Okay, so in order to solve by graphing, you need to understand a couple of things. When your parabola, because these are quadratic, so they're all going to be a parabola. Okay, the graphs should all make this shape. Okay, if you have if your parabola crosses the x-axis 2 times, then you're going to have 2 unique real solutions. Okay, because the solution is anywhere that the parabola crosses the x-axis. Okay, you may have a parabola where the vertex is right on the x-axis. In that case, you only have 1 real solution. And then in some cases, you may have a parabola where it never crosses the x-axis. It could be above the x-axis, it could be below the x-axis. In that case, there are no real solutions. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So it says to solve each equation by graphing. Okay, so you can graph it one of 2 ways. You can plug in values for x, solve for y, and then graph your parabola, or you can use find the axis of symmetry, the vertex, the y-intercept, all those things. Okay, it's totally up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a table of values here. And I'm going to go ahead and start with -2. And when I do that, I have a negative and then -2 squared minus 3 times -2 plus 18. And when I follow the order of operations, I end up getting a positive 20. So when x is -2, y is way up here, somewhere at positive 20. Okay, so I want to choose something smaller, hoping that it will, my parabola will come down here onto my graph. Okay, so I'm going to try positive 2. Okay, positive 2. So when I plug in positive 2, that's negative out in front, 2 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 18. I follow order of operations and I end up getting positive 8. So when x is positive 2, y is positive 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's still pretty high on my graph here. Okay, so I'm going to try positive 4. So I have negative, and then I put 4 in parentheses squared minus 3 times 4 plus 18. I follow order of operations. I end up getting negative 10. So when x is positive 4, I get negative 10. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. So that's down here. Okay, so I know my parabola is going this way, right? It's going down. Okay, so that's pretty big difference there. So I'm going to try see what happens at positive 3. So I have negative and then positive 3 squared minus 3 times 3 plus 18. And I end up getting 0. What do you know? Okay, so at 1, 2, 3, I have, it crosses the x-axis. So that is going to be one of my solutions, okay? And then my parabola should be going, if you look at it this way, it's going this way. Okay, that is awful. Okay, but it's going to be going this way, right? So it should be going this direction. So I'm going to plug in -4 and see what happens. Okay, so if I plug in -4, I get -4 squared minus 3 times -4 plus 18. I end up with positive 14. So at -4, I end up with a positive 14, so somewhere up here, okay? So I'm going to try negative 6, okay? So negative 6 squared minus 3 times negative 6 plus 18, I end up getting 0, okay? So at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so my parabola will eventually go this way, okay? So here are my two solutions, okay? And I can check them, but I already did because I have my table, and they both equal 0, okay? So those are my two solutions. So my solutions are 3 and negative 6, okay? All right. Then for this graph, it says x squared plus 25 equals 10x. So first thing we want to do is write this in standard form. So I'm going to subtract 10x from both sides. So this is x squared minus 10x plus 25 equals 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do is plug in some values for x and my table here. So if I plug in negative 2 in for x squared minus 10x plus 25 equals y, this would be negative 2 squared minus 10 times negative 2 plus 25, and I end up getting 49. So that is like way up here. So obviously, I don't want that, right? So I'm going to try positive 2, okay? So this would be 2 squared minus 10 times 2 plus 25. I end up getting positive 9. Okay, so at positive 2, I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would be right there. Okay, so then I want to see what happens at positive 4. So I've got 4 squared minus 10 times 4 plus 25 equals, when I follow order of operations, I end up with 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1. Okay, so I'm getting closer to my x-axis. I'm going to go ahead and try 6, and I get 6 squared minus 10 times 6 plus 25. I end up getting positive 1. Okay, so that was 4 by 6. So somewhere here, my parabola, I have the vertex, right? Because it's going down and then it's already coming back up. So I'm going to try 5, right? Because that's in between 4 and 6. So I've got 5 squared minus 10 times 5 plus 25. And I end up getting 0. Okay, so looks like my parabola is crossing the x-axis, and that's where the vertex is going to be. So my only solution is positive 5. Okay, so this is a case where we just have one solution because the vertex happens to be right on the x-axis. Okay. All right, and we're going to look at one more. Clear this. Okay. So this one is negative 2x squared minus 8 equals 6x. So again, I'm going to write this in standard form. I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. Minus 6x minus 8 equals 0. So I'm going to plug in some values here for x and then solve for y. Negative 2x squared minus 6x minus 8 equals y. So I'm going to start with negative 2. So I've got negative 2, and then negative 2 is x squared minus 6 times negative 2 minus 8. I end up getting negative 4. So at negative 2, I have negative 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a point there. I'm going to go ahead and try 0. So I get -2 times 0 squared minus 6 times 0 minus 8. I end up getting -8. So at 0, x is -8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 right here. And I'm going to go ahead and try +2. So that's -2 times 2 squared minus 6 times 2 minus 8. And I end up getting -28. So this is going to keep going farther and farther negative. Okay, so I'm going to go back and try some negative x values. So I'm going to try -4. So I get -2, -4 squared minus 6 times -4 minus 8. And that ends up being -16. So at -1, 2, 3, 4, I get -16, which is going to be somewhere down here. Okay, so somewhere between this point and this point is my vertex. So I'm going to go ahead and put that's negative, between -2 and -4 is -3. So I've got -2 times -3 minus 6 times -3 squared, and then minus 8, and I end up getting -8. Okay, so at -3, it's -8. So 1, 2, oh, it's over here. Okay, so it looks like my parabola is going to be going this way. And so I can see that it's never going to cross this x-axis. So this is where we have no solution, okay? No real solution, okay? It's never going to cross the x-axis, so there can't be a solution, because remember, solutions are where the parabola crosses the y-axis, okay? All right, so thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful to you and made a little bit more sense and made this lesson clearer. If you still have questions, please feel free to stop by my office hours, call, text, email me, and I would be happy to help you. Okay, you have a great day.